This is an image made by Richard Kalvar. He made this image in New York in the Washington Square in 1976. Hello everyone, my name is Agnes and I love to welcome you to our next English Live here with an amazing photographer, with Richard Kalvar. He is outstanding, his images are legendary. He as a person is legendary, not that he's just a member of a Magnum photography, but his body of work is such impressive that I love to tell you more about Richard's life, so you not just know his images but also his outstanding life. This is a self-portrait he made. He said he made it in a divine moment in 1982. And Richard Kalvar was born in 1944 in Brooklyn. And after studying English and American literature at the Cornell University, he worked in New York as an assistant to a fashion photographer, to Jérôme Ducroix. And it was an extended trip through Europe that made him decide to become a photographer, actually, inspired by the work of André Cartèche. And he was in Europe in 1966. And after another 2 years in New York, he settled down in Paris, joined the Viva agency first of all, and then in 1975 he became an associate member of the Magnum Photos, and 2 years later a full member, and he was serving twice as vice president, as a president. And Richard's work, body of work, is incredible. He had, I show probably some images in between of all I'm telling you about Richard's life. In 1980, he has his first show at the Agave Gilliard Gallery in Paris, and then he has participated in many group shows since then. He published a wonderful book, Portrait de Conflans sans ironie, in 1993. I'm already sorry for my French. I will improve and learn. And a Maya's perspective of his work has shown in the Musée Européen de la Photographie, and also his book Earthlings has come out, and Selected Writings was published. And let me show probably another image. He has carried out extensive personal, additional and commercial assignments throughout the world, notably in France, Italy, England, Japan, and the United States, and continues to work on a long-term project on the city of Rome. So I showed here some images probably from Rome. You will ask him about this definitely a lot. And about his work, about his photography, we can say his photography are marked by a strong homogeneity and aesthetic and theme. His images frequently play a discrepancy between the banality of a real situation and a feeling of strangeness that emerges from a particular choice of timing and framing. The result is a state of tension between two levels of interpretation, surrounded always by a touch of humor. So also about his work, which is really, really honorable to mention, I show probably this image. It's the World Economic Forum in Davos. He was their photographer in between 1999 and 2011. And over these decades, he photographed delegates, meetings with all the politicians. We will definitely ask him about this too. So, what is Richard saying about his photography? Probably. This is also an image from Richard. Most interesting is to having a picture that stays alone. I probably showed this one. It is an imaginary stay. We are working with reality. That is the most interesting point. You do something that looks like real life, but it isn't. So now, let me go for Richard. I'm already really, really excited to have Richard with us tonight. Count And probably in between, I show some of Richard's images. Richard, I invited you already, so you just have to accept the invitation. This is one of Richard's images. This is also children playing in England. Okay, Richard, I try it again because I know you are live with us. I invite you again. Here also some of Richard's images. Okay, Richard, I know you're there. Richard is unable to join. Okay, Richard, I try it again. Okay, I send another invitation. So I guess you just have to accept it if it's coming up to you. Richard, I know you are there. I know you are on your phone. I know almost everything because we were writing. So I invite you again. You just can try on and on again. So I hope that we can connect very soon. Okay, Richard, I try it again. I know you are online, so now you are invited again. Okay, but something says me you are unable to join. Okay, so I have no idea why you are unable to join. I just try it again. We will find each other for sure because I know you are on your account. You did everything right. You are on your phone. Richard. Oh my God.
Hello.
Oh, what? Thank you. It worked.
I've been
So
knocking on
thank you.
the door for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, me too. I was like trying, never give up to get you to this amazing live, to show your images to our followers, to talk about your outstanding work, to present you. And yes, Richard, you were very busy. You came from Rome, so you are now in Paris.
You mean over the last few days?
Yeah,
I wasn't in Rome. I was in a different part of Italy,
a different part of Italy. Yeah,
Friuli,
yeah,
which is north of Venice, because I have a big show there.
yeah. How was it?
It was very nice.
Yeah,
It looks very good.
yeah,
You should all go to see it.
yeah, yeah. I actually, Richard, no worry. I will be in Italy back soon, so I will send you an image from there. But Richard, we have so many questions. I have so many questions actually about all your life, about everything you did. Where was the point, or what was the point for you to saying, I'm a photographer now? This is this thing which I love to do in my life. This is my yeah, my destiny.
Well, I had worked for a French fashion photographer in New
Yeah,
York. I didn't know anything about photography. I just needed a job, and I went to see the guy, and he hired me. And I worked for him for a year, and I tried fashion photography, but I wasn't very good at that. Um, but I used to play with his cameras a little bit. He let me borrow the cameras, and I'd go out in the street and
yeah,
try to take pictures and so on. But I really didn't know what I was doing. And then at some point, I thought, I was a pretty young guy. I was about 21, and I thought, why don't I just go off to Europe, take
yeah,
a tour around Europe? So I went to Europe, and he gave me a camera as a going away present, and I bought a couple of lenses, and I took it along. But
yeah,
I had no intention of, I thought I might take some pictures, and then. I started taking some pictures, and then I started taking a few more pictures, and
Yeah,
then I started taking a lot more pictures, and then I started really getting into it. And so I wound up staying for about 10 months. And by
yeah,
the end of the 10 months, I knew that I was a photographer.
yeah. So you come back with a bunch full of experience from of moments of street storytelling, and you knew, okay, this is it. This is I'm a photographer. I go for it. I do everything in this direction,
Yeah,
and
because
yeah,
it's what I liked. I didn't know that I was going to like it, but I really liked doing it.
yeah. So actually, Richard, tell me, what is for you so special about Rome and Italy? I have some images printed for you for of your work from Rome, because I went through Instagram. I went through all your. I know you sent me some images. We will go through them too, but I showed to the viewers some images of Rome. But what is the your? I think this is not Rome. This is, yeah. But what is your specific? Wait, Rome is here. Yeah, I got it here. Yeah, this was the first. Yeah. What is your attraction about Rome? What is it for you in Rome? What did you find there?
Well, I had never been to Italy before, and I got an assignment when Pope Paul VI died,
Yeah,
working for Newsweek. So I went there. I took the plane. I got into a taxi. I went to my hotel, which is a very nice hotel right off the Piazza di Spagna,
yeah,
and it was early August. I got there around 7 or 8 in the evening. There was a beautiful evening. The light on the Piazza di Spagna was incredible. I just so blown away. I'm blown away by the color. And I'm a black and white
yeah.
photographer.
This is,
So
yeah, I found one image. I will show you later, which is not black and white, but you are black and white. This is, yeah,
yeah. So I did my professional work with the death of the Pope, and then there was going to be the election of the new Pope.
yeah,
So I had about 10 days free between the two. So I started walking around, and at the time, someone had proposed doing a book with me in a series of books that where photographers were given a small amount of money to go to places that they had always wanted to go to and were never able to. So I thought, and I was supposedly the next in
yeah,
line, and I thought, well, why don't I do it about Rome? So I started taking the pictures, and then I took a lot of pictures, and then I went back to Paris, and after a while, I got the itch again, so I decided to go to Rome again.
yeah,
Then I went to Rome, and I went back to Rome the next year. I think I went twice the next year, and then the next year, and then 2 years later. So it started in 1978, and the last time I went for that with that idea was in 1984. So I wound up spending, I don't know, but maybe 9 or 10 months in Rome altogether.
all together in Rome. Yeah, I imagine the light. I know what you're talking about, because same happened to me when I was in Rome. I was like, this light was, I don't know, over the earth. So something happened in the city. There is some special sentiment about it. I even still can't tell what it is. But yeah, this is incredible images you made in Rome. And actually, what I wanted to ask, because I made something like, I made some pairs for you to talk about your work, because your work, as I realized, also is so sensitive and so amazing. Also in your posts, very amazing, incredible group. I love to share with you. Like, these are my pairs, my sensitive pairs. Things happen with two people, and this is not just your humor, but what I really love is that it is so human what you see here, and so outstanding to get this image. It's amazing. I don't know the situation. I guess the girl was searching something in the tree. I'm not sure. And you were there with the camera. So, yeah,
I walk around a lot, so
yeah,
sometimes I see things that catch my eye, and I take pictures. That's
yeah.
and
You're very,
I'm looking for situations that are um, maybe not a little ambiguous. I like ambiguity. So I like it when you you don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like something, but you're not really sure what's going on.
Yeah. So this is very, very interesting catches here, like on very intimate catches, like with two girls in front of the TV, two
Mm.
sisters, just sitting and looking. And the moment, this is something, Richard, I'm not sure if photographers can, if you can learn it, or if it's also a question for myself, if it's inside of you to catch such sensitive moments. Is it just, did the girls feel you that you are in the room, or did they behave normal, or
Well,
what is your
it would
approach?
have been impossible for them not to see me
Yeah,
since I was standing right in front of them. Uh, my approach is different in different situations. There are basically two main types of situations when you're doing unposed pictures. Either it's okay to take the pictures, or it's not okay to take the pictures. If it's not okay, then you have to sneak around and try to be
yeah,
invisible. If it's okay, then you can take pictures, and people kind of forget about you, hopefully. Uh, but I never tell them what to do. I just
yeah. You just you're just there, and these are some intimate moments which I found in your feed, just
yeah,
to
that would
show.
be easy to do since it's my wife and one of my children
Yeah,
in the bathtub.
in the bathroom. Yeah, I have one. I also find probably over the years we look really amazing back. Your daughter, you made a beautiful image of your daughter. Here, it was in 1998, and here I don't know if it's she with her glasses. So also, yeah, amazing memories to have family. Yeah, images.
Everyone takes pictures of their
Yeah,
children. As a photographer, you take a lot of pictures of your children.
yeah. So this is wait here. I have also I love this one actually, Richard. I have to say honestly. So one of the intimate moments too. So you go very close to your objects actually when you shoot.
Well, I generally, not
Yeah,
always, but generally work with a 35 millimeter lens on
yeah,
a 35 millimeter camera, and I don't crop my pictures,
yeah,
so I have to get the framing right when I take the picture. I'm not gonna, do it. Just take anything and fix it up afterwards. I
yeah,
mean, reframe it afterwards.
yeah,
Uh, and with a 35 millimeter lens, that means that you have to get pretty close
yeah,
generally, because since it's a slightly wide angle lens, you start getting a whole lot of things in the picture that you may not really want, and being close helps it. And also, I like to be very close to
very
people,
close to people. Yeah.
particularly when they don't know I'm there, which
Yeah, this was my question actually. In rooms like this, you feel the photographer, but probably you have also over the years um, something like an instinct to make yourself not visible or to melt with the surroundings, which I call it like this, because you became what something like the surrounding as a photographer probably. This is the feeling which I can express probably in that way, that you became a part of the this world, a part of I don't know the air or something probably.
this is a situation where it was okay to take pictures.
Yeah,
It was a Christmas party in a bar for a company.
company. Yeah, in
Uh,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, no one objected to having that picture taken, so I could, and basically no one was interested in me. I
yeah,
didn't know, so I could kind of walk around and do what I wanted and get close to people, and no, it wasn't a problem.
yeah.
It would
So
be hard on
Richard,
the street.
you are still walking daily, shooting?
Daily, no, not necessarily, but I'm still taking
Yeah.
pictures all the time.
So you walk around with the camera, watching, photographing, making you, yeah,
Well, first of all, I always have a camera with me wherever
yeah,
I go.
yeah,
Uh, that doesn't mean that I'm taking pictures. It means I'm ready to take pictures if I see something.
yeah,
And sometimes I go specifically to just, to a particular place or event to, see what's going on. Maybe try to get some pictures. And sometimes I'm just, walking down the street or thinking about something else, doing something else, and suddenly I see something, and I, go over and try to take a picture.
Go over. Yeah, you told something which I find it's very interesting because you say you don't crop your images, so you still, I guess now you're shooting also with digital cameras. In former times we all were more we were analog
Well,
actually, so
we didn't
still
have a choice. I
we
mean,
didn't have, we have no
if you
choice.
include me in the we,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. So I think still this is interesting. It stayed like in your brain that even if it's digital and you can work a lot of the images, still you are an analog shooter through and through in your head. And
what would that change? Why would I suddenly start cropping my
I don't know.
pictures
This
digital?
is yeah. I don't
No,
know.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean, there are things that I can do with digital cameras that I couldn't do with analog cameras.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, for one thing, I can take pictures at 40,000 ISO. I couldn't do that on Tri-X,
yeah,
so that opens up a whole lot of possibilities. And also, I used to measure the light for every picture I took. I mean, maybe not directly for the picture, but for the the general light in the place.
yeah,
In general, I had an idea of what the light was, but you had to be pretty close. With working in digital, if you're pretty close, it's good enough because you can, there's not that much difference between an ISO of 1600 and ISO of 3200.
yeah,
It's they're both for. I mean, I'm not doing beauty photography. I'm not doing close-ups
yeah,
of
yeah,
perfume. If there's a little bit of grain noise, it's okay.
yeah. So this is amazing to hear because yeah, comparable to I can say about me, I'm also like you. I try not to work on my images. They stand for themselves, and I don't care if there's something like a line not fitting. The message is the important thing. So even with digital cameras, um, it's incredible what we can do. But also, yeah, I try to learn like you to just see and just make,
Hmm.
which is magical actually. If it's yeah, it's hard, but it's magical.
If what you make works out,
Yeah,
it works, then it's good. If it doesn't work, then it's
then
not good.
it's not good. But you can even with Photoshop and things like that. It's I don't know. It can't help, I guess.
It can.
Like yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what you said?
huh?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, it's like when I used to make black and white prints.
yeah,
Yeah, that helps also. You can make things, change the contrast and make it a little darker, a little lighter in certain areas, and so on. And that's basically what I do now. I mean, I still do it, but now you can do it with more precision.
yeah,
But I don't do anything. I don't, take someone out of the picture and put another element in, and
yeah,
I don't cheat.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. This
try
is
to get the best out of the picture
yeah,
without changing
yeah.
it.
This is it. Richard, I wanted to talk with you about Davos, about you as a photographer going on these big events, meeting so many politicians, so many important people. Um, I show some images, probably from Davos, which I printed. So
Mhm.
you've been there, um, actually taking pictures of all the delegates. How was it for you as a photographer doing this job? Actually, this is something which interests me very much.
Well, it was great. I was an
Yeah,
official photographer there
yeah.
for over a period of about 20 years. No, that's not in
No,
Davos.
this is in USA. This is in New Mexico and Kansas City.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
yeah.
is not. Yeah, this is. I've got a lot of politician images here. So, but this is Davos, and this is actually the only colored picture which I found on your page is this one. Everything is black and white, but this one is in Davos.
And my page where?
Uh, you're um, you're on the page on when you look and search your name. I think it's at the Independent article. They have images of you there.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But yeah, you know, I put most of my pictures in Magnum
yeah,
because I'm a member of Magnum, and I have all these pictures in color also. But you know, I was working for the World Economic Forum, and they wanted the colored pictures, and you know, I gave them what they wanted, and I tried to do it well. And there are a lot of the colored pictures that I like also. But when I'm working for myself, I'm really looking for a good black and white picture. So and you know now well even then you could take the same color picture and turn it into a black and white picture.
yeah.
Now it's very easy, but yeah.
This
So
is
that
Sylvia, the queen.
that one I shot it in black and white, but some of the others I didn't shoot it. Well, I did actually. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the famous Queen Sylvia from Sweden here in Davos. And yeah, a lot of other actually politician event I've got here at the Democratic uh, National Convent, Senator John Kerry
Mhm.
watching and his watch. So you've been there too. So you shoot a lot of politicians also. Or this is one, or at the this is Austria, Salzburg.
Mhm.
Um, also,
Yeah, that was a Davos regional meeting.
yeah,
It wasn't in Davos. It was
it was in
the
Austria and Salzburg. Yeah,
Central and Eastern Europe summit.
yeah. I've got also some from New York here, but this is just a shop. But you can see Robert Kennedy. It's a shop, and yeah, selling Robert Kennedy's magazines. So you shot this too. And here, it's also New York. It's delegation of the Republicans also here. Because what I honestly have to say, watching through these images, you kept the emotions of these people so breathtaking, Richard, that really you see that they are also humans and not just,
Some
yeah,
of them are human.
that they have, yeah, that have emotions too. And this is something, um, this is also US, the vice president, Nelson Rockefeller. So very emotional close up. And I have here also, this is Paris
Mhm.
in 2011. You've been to, yeah. So this is amazing, Richard. I have here also, oh yeah, this is also one from France. The name is, I know, this is Jean-Pierre Foucard. My French is very poor, but you did an amazing image too.
Okay.
So yeah, remembered. So also a big part of your work that you are traveling in Davos, being shooting all these politicians and yeah, being surrounded in this yeah, really realistic times that you say. This is our reality actually, because you said a really interesting point that reality, this is the thing that interested you the most, but we are shooting reality, but at the end it's not, it becomes a different reality, something like this was your sentence.
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you know, the paradox of photography is that it looks like reality, but it's not.
yeah,
Photograph is just a little rectangle. Reality is everywhere, and photograph is limited.
yeah,
So, you know, it's just a little window. It's the things in reality, things move, and photograph things don't move, and there's sound, and there's odor, and you know, so you know, you can look at it and think, oh, that's you know, so and so doing such and such, but in fact, it's not so and so doing such and such. It's an image of so and so doing something,
yeah,
and which means that you have the impression that it's real, but it's not real. It's an image. It's a moment that's almost arbitrary.
Yeah.
Because when people move, they don't have one single expression and so on. They're changing all the time. And here, it looks as though that they're permanently frozen into a particular pose,
Pose, moment, yeah.
which is interesting for me.
I show some frozen moments. Actually, I made some pairs of this image. This is an image in Hyde Park you made, a
Mm-hmm.
couple, I guess, sleeping couple. This is also in front of the Tate Gallery in London.
Uh-huh.
And I have one from Paris, one sleeping smoking man, you said. You titled your images.
Well, he had a cigarette
So,
mouth, as I remember.
yeah. Incredible. And I have Roman dreams
Okay.
here. And I have London again. Also a couple just sitting. And I have Paris.
Well, people have a tendency to like to sleep. So
Yeah,
when I see that, I take pictures.
yeah. Is it something also when I looked for your work? Do you have, because sometimes some people see crosses everywhere, or some people see sleeping people, some people see people which probably walk different and shoot. Do you have also some specific topics like sleeping people or playing children or some gestures? Do you have something like this affection where you automatically your eyes went into this scenery when you were outside?
Well, there are probably a few thousand subjects that
Yeah,
I'm do systematically. But basically, I'm waiting for my eye to be drawn to something. So if I see someone sleeping, that's interesting. And then or it could be,
yeah, yeah,
well, yes or no, maybe, possibly. Maybe I can make a photograph out of it. But if I see some people talking, jumping, scratching themselves, eating, laughing, crying, um I can be interested by that also. I'm not
yeah.
just looking for people sleeping or people but
Or people jumping, or yeah,
you can
it's
get
just,
you can get. I mean, look at this picture,
yeah,
for example. It's not just the guy sleeping. Look at the way he's sleeping. He he's you see those knobs,
yes.
those four
He's
things.
touching, holding one, like, yeah,
Well, those are there in case there's a fire, so the fire department can come in, attach their hoses to those little metal things, and suddenly water comes out, and then they can put the fire out. So
yeah,
they're all over the place. The guy fell asleep, and what happens with his hand? It naturally goes down to this thing. I mean, it's
yeah.
you know,
You named
very
it.
moving.
It's super. Yeah, you named it like man dreams of his wife. Actually, I
Uh,
like
I was
now. I
I was being a
understand.
wise
Yeah,
thing.
now I understand what you mean, I guess.
Mm.
Watching this image, but yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible you find situations like this which are so human and really heartwarming. When we look at this image, it's really something happens with us watching them. It's not just you look at a picture and say it's nice. It's not as you have an association of something, a scenery of or of a feeling that a person has to another. So, and this is really outstanding in your work, I have to say, Richard. And I thank you for making such incredible images for us, so we can not just learn, but we can see emotions on the street, we can see things you show us, and things that, yeah, probably we will miss on the other side. So this is something really, really special you create for us, also like this woman here. uh, Amazing mirroring, I guess.
Pardon me?
amazing mirroring. I guess she's showing, watching into a window. I'm not sure
Yeah,
what.
that sounds like it could be true. Yeah.
Yeah, she's watching. Probably she's watching her clothes or something, and that is the mirroring effect. So this is incredible, and also like this image I showed at the beginning in the Washington Park.
Mm.
Um, Actually, I wanted to ask you, where was your position as a photographer? Were you standing on something, or how it became that you could shoot from the top?
Well, I did it with a drone.
Yeah.
No, no. I was standing. There was a little wall
Yeah.
next to these people, so I was standing on the wall.
And shooting down, actually. I have also this wonderful image. This is the in Paris,
Hmm.
a dog, and I have to mention you made a wonderful also book about dogs.
Well, that's not my
No, no,
book.
no.
I have pictures of
Yeah, you have pictures. Yeah,
the
the
Magnum book.
Magnum book with also pictures of your images in it.
Mm.
Yeah, but the affection to dog also to dogs. It's also they are also on the street with you. This is
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, I photograph dogs, trees, bears,
Yeah,
humans, whatever I can find.
yeah. Whatever you can find it. Also, these two guys, I guess one of the
Mm.
images everybody knows. And this comes also with your humor, as you said, what was this? Everybody, I want always to know what happened here with the guys. Was it
But I have learned that I shouldn't tell people what happened because
yeah,
it's like a magician giving away his tricks, showing
yes,
tricks. Very interesting to know how he does the tricks,
yeah,
but it kind of you lose something when you know how he does the
yeah,
tricks. Better for it to remain magic. But
yeah,
I
like
have to
this
tell you
musician. Yeah,
that's at the carnival. In,
yeah, like this musician here with the hats. So he also never showed the trick how it works with the hats. It was on a wedding.
yeah,
You said,
yeah,
yeah.
that was
So okay,
fun, actually.
yeah, this is yeah, wedding. Okay, so we will never know the story probably about
Well,
this, but we will enjoy the image.
I told you the story, but
Yeah,
that it was during a carnival.
yeah.
So people do things during carnivals.
With
So they were enjoying the carnival
yeah,
in Belgium.
with Belgian people, amazing. I have here also what I honestly love to show the images of the playing children in the park.
Mm.
This one, and I have also this one. So you captured wonderful moments here, and also it's just really wonderful because you can always see something like a relation or no relation. There's always a storytelling in your images. This is amazing, Richard.
Mm.
We all can read, and everybody can read by himself, but there is always an association or something between.
Mm.
And here, wait. Yeah, this is probably a little bit hard to see, but there is a leg here. Mimicry in this image. So you find the leg in the park.
Mm. Well, I'll tell you the truth. It was attached to a little boy,
Yeah,
actually, a pretty big boy. Yeah, it's. I was taking pictures that were not really very interesting, and suddenly it became interesting.
yeah. And wait, I have here one from, I guess it was also Davos, yeah? Yeah.
From Davos,
Was it Davos or was it also
it's in London.
Switzerland?
It's in the street in London.
Yeah, it's London. Okay, this was in London. Yeah, on Oxford Street, an advertising.
Oh, just off Oxford Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is cool. And I have here one actually from France.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have one from, this is in Paris.
Yes.
an exhibition.
Yeah, it was at a cat show.
Yeah. So, and I have one from New York. This is
Mhm.
really kind of scary with the leg. Can you tell what happened here?
I could, but I don't think I will.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I just let you know that everything I didn't set anything up in this picture.
Yeah,
I just found this stuff.
okay. But it's really impressive and amazing. And also,
Okay.
I wanted to ask, yeah, I have another group made up with just sitting persons, persons which were sitting. This is in England, actually.
Mhm.
So you made a lot of interesting groups. I have here one from Luxembourg.
Well, it's from Paris,
Yeah,
Luxembourg.
yeah, Luxembourg. Yeah, Luxembourg. Yeah, in 2022 you made it.
Mhm.
Luxembourg. Yeah, park or something like this. Actually, I have one from Naples.
No, that's from
Wait,
yeah,
yeah,
Naples.
this is
Yeah,
Naples. Yeah,
no, I'm
Phil-
sorry. I thought you said Nepal.
no, yeah, Nepal. Yeah,
No,
Philippine
yeah,
workers.
Naples.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the Philippine workers
Mm.
and San Francisco.
Mm. Yeah, so you see, I have pictures of people standing, people sitting, the people lying
Yeah,
down, dogs sitting, dogs walking. I have some bears
yeah,
also. But
some,
what basically I'm shooting everything,
yeah,
right? So, it's not I'm not going after one thing or another.
yeah. I know totally, and this is amazing. I during printing your work, I tried to make some groups and tried to. I realized that there are some connections between, even if it's like 10 years later. And I saw an image like you made probably here in 2022. Um, it still has some relationship to the body of the work you did your whole life through.
Hmm.
So this is wonderful to see that you were over the years collecting probably similar situations, but in totally different way and in totally different people. Because what I wanted to ask you is, did the world, because you are shooting so long, did you mention a difference between times which are now and times which were before? Is it different for you as a photographer to shoot right now and to shoot like in the 70s, 80s?
Well, maybe it's a little harder now because, but I'm not even sure about that because
Yeah.
you excuse me, people are get upset and tell you that you don't have the right to take pictures and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, they did that before also.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's difficult, but I'm not sure that it's more difficult. I mean, um, obviously, the fact that everyone's a photographer now changes the way photographers are seen.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you say that I'm shooting the same way that I did a long time ago, and in fact, that's true because I'm the same person that I was.
Yeah.
I've learned things since then, but on the inside, I'm still the same person. So I think
And this is amazing. This is something which makes you unique and which makes us unique, because you realize at once when I see an image that it's yours. And this is something really outstanding, I think, because you can tell, oh, this is Richard Kalvar, and it couldn't be anyone else. Definitely things changed, but actually the themes or the topics which you are sometimes looking for are very, very, yeah, similar in state over the years. Stay wrote me something, my wonderful Stay, that I should look at the questions we have, because I was so focused on your images and on you that I forget to read the questions. Sorry. And so I will read one. Okay, you are doing well. Okay, okay, okay. If somebody has a question, please write it again because I can't see any question at all. I just say we are doing great, Richard. So we are doing great. I have to say a big a photographer wrote to me. His name is, wait, I wrote it down. Not to forget to say a big hello to you from Samuel Joannes. Samuel
Well,
Samuel Joannes. He was with you in Luxembourg, a photographer, and he spent the time with you. And I should say to you a big heartwarming hello from Samuel, who was there with you in Luxembourg. Yeah,
I think his girlfriend bought a book of
for
mine to give him.
sure she bought. For sure. Yeah, this is good. So
Very good
yeah,
decision on her part.
definitely. So yeah, your book. I wanted also to say about the selected writings you have now. Also, you can find the products. This is actually, I just show it. Selecting writings
Mm,
from Richard Kalvar. So you made a composition of,
there it is.
yeah, things on the street. Yeah, this is it. Perfect. So I just present some because people should go and get the book just to look through because it's really interesting. You collected something like signs or things on the street. How come?
Yeah.
How did the idea came? How did you came to this idea?
Well, as I have been telling you, I photograph everything,
Yeah,
and one of the pieces of everything is signs.
yeah,
I've always noticed peculiar signs, so I would take a picture. Some of them are pretty good pictures. Some of them are, to kind of just a document of the sign. And then at some point, I thought, why don't I try to put them all together?
yeah,
And I did, and it worked. So I did a book.
yeah. Incredible. So amazing. Somebody asked me to talk more about Magnum. So right now, so Richard, how was it for you actually? The achievement to be a Magnum photographer, how does it come to you? How is for me always important, the feeling to be in this league of amazing photographers, um, to be to also to be president of such an important agency which is doing this incredible work for us photographers. Um, how did you come to it?
Uh, well, I was in another agency, and it was in France, and it was a very French agency.
Yeah,
And I thought back then, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in France. At some point, I'm going to go back to New York. And Magnum existed and had a very good reputation, and I was more or less made an offer.
yeah,
But I mean, it turns out that it can't be made an offer because people have to vote on you anyway. So the offer was to present my pictures to the Magnum members,
yeah,
but I didn't even know that. I thought that basically they were saying, come and join us, and but then they did make an offer to me. The Magnum members voted me in, so I became
yeah.
a member, and I was very happy. And in fact, I did move back to New York when I joined Magnum, but ultimately I went back to France
To
also.
France, yeah,
But yeah, it was very good. There's some very good photographers in Magnum.
yeah,
It's good to be associated with them, to try to bring in other people who are good photographers,
yeah,
and it's our thing. It's not just an agent. It's well, for many of us, it's not simply an agent. It's something that is an expression of us
in France, yeah,
group.
yeah. It's amazing. I have one image here from you. Um, it's the Magnum office, but it's in Paris. We wrote down. It's traces of Joseph Kudelka.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
you may, yeah.
Well, um, we probably less now, but back in those times, in pre-digital times, people came into the office all the time to work.
Yeah.
I mean, it was convenient. There were the people to see and tools to use, light boxes and so on. And Joseph would work in the office all the time, and he was probably the hardest worker I've ever met,
Yeah.
at least in photography. And he was always working and looking at his pictures and trying to figure out what was really good and what wasn't good, and showing his pictures to other people, and then writing down who liked which picture, and so that's Joseph working at the window without Joseph.
Without Joseph. Yeah. And you, are you very critical with your work? I mean, do you also like when you see for your work, um, do you getting more and more critical over the years, or do you say, okay, this is better, this I don't have to think about this, this is super? How are you with your work?
Well, I think I'm pretty confident that I
Yeah.
that I can teach at a certain level, but the certain level is not necessarily great, and the
Yeah.
great pictures are not very frequent.
Yeah.
So, it's still a lot of hard work and suffering and looking and thinking and being angry with oneself because I should have done this or I should have done that. Um, but then every once in a while, there's a good picture.
There's a good picture. Yeah. Yeah. Stay is asking, wait, what's about Magnum? How is it being chosen by the Legacy, legendary agency? How is it being chosen by the, yeah. I think we kind of answered this question already a little bit, but at the beginning. But I think definitely it's something special and an honor to be there and just to be part of a group of photographers which are doing amazing things and creating some memories for us photographers. And I like also, Richard, this self-portrait of you.
Okay.
You did in a divine moment.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
Yeah,
I say that I don't set up my pictures, but I have to confess that there's an element in this picture that I did bring
yeah.
myself into the picture.
Okay. Um, okay. Stay is laughing. Stay. You are amazing. I have also street photography. Very nice life. Congratulations. One question. Should we or should we not put a title on the photos? What do you think, Richard?
Well, I think you can already make a distinction
Yeah,
between the word title and the word caption because I, I I take my pictures. And as I said, I put them into the Magnum archive, and people can buy them.
yeah,
They can buy them for commercial use and for using use them to illustrate articles in news magazines and newspapers. Uh, and I so what I do is I put a caption on it which gives the information about the photograph, useful information.
hmm,
But if I'm showing my pictures, I'm making a selection of the pictures that I think is better than the other pictures. I do what I said earlier. I try to give a minimum amount of information.
yeah,
Uh, I, so I can have a caption for a picture, but if I'm showing it, if I'm having a show, if I'm putting it in a book, I'm basically just going to say Paris, 1987.
yeah.
That, maybe 2 or 3 words, not very clear about what sort of is going on.
It's going on. Yeah, this is very, very helpful. Yeah,
Too much is too much.
yeah,
Although with the book Selected Writings, I was obliged to put in relatively long captions because otherwise people wouldn't understand. If you're reading a sign and it's not in your language, you have trouble. So
Yeah.
It was necessary to do that. But it pained me to have to do
To
that.
have yeah. But it helped, especially me, to know who is who. And so the small little titles you put under the images is always helpful. This is in Paris. This is a show of Lawrence Brownie and Levi Sagnapone in 2022. So it helps to know probably what's going on, or here in a karaoke bar, people are singing, or also here, like in New York, on a party. So I think it's helpful to know what's going,
Well,
where you're shooting
if you look
actually.
at that picture
Yeah,
of
the
the
party,
the party,
karaoke. Yeah,
yeah, no, or the karaoke,
yeah,
you know what it is. You at the party, you know what it is. I mean,
yeah,
you don't need me to tell you what it is, what's happening.
yeah. But it's always nice actually to know, because
Yeah,
if you see this, you don't know that it's in Paris or Davos. So it's nice to see, especially when you are shooting like events like this. So it's good to know just where it is, so that we can
yeah,
inform
where,
ourselves.
where it is, where it
Yeah,
is, and it's but what's actually going on? You
yeah.
know,
Actually,
I think that you. I mean, by you, I mean people who are not me.
yeah,
You can use your imaginations and try to get a feeling about what's going on, and maybe that's not really what's going on, but it's it's just as good, maybe even.
always, always. I totally understand you. And we got, yeah, stay. Now I know what stay meant. He said, he asked more. Wait. We have so many questions here. Agnes, Magnum, what's the story behind it? This was his questions from the former times.
We find what behind what.
Behind Magnum, what's the story behind this? I haven't got it too, but I think probably behind Magnum. We will wait till he writes something again. But somebody asked what Richard thinks about AI in photography.
Well, it's a pending disaster.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not only for photography, for a lot of. I mean, it's obviously very good for many
yeah,
things. It'll help us find a cure to cancer or stuff like that.
yeah,
But in photography, it's going to kill the notion of truth.
yeah,
That's going to be a problem. When you can, what I do is very difficult. I think.
yeah,
You know, I'm talking about the really successful pictures, not the so-so pictures. The really good
yeah,
ones are
yeah,
very, and they're few and far between.
yeah,
Uh, if I could just give instructions to a machine and have a picture created out of nothing, out of other people's pictures, and that's very easy.
yeah,
So my work, it looks like artificial intelligence, but it isn't. For me in particular, I think it's going to be bad, but maybe I'm not going to be around that long. But for the world, losing the idea of truth is going to be a big problem,
yeah,
not only in photography.
yeah. Actually, Nina Papiorek asked, is it for you, is it allowed as a Magnum photographer to have a photographer which you adore, actually? Do you have somebody who you adore, your influences? Where does they come from, actually, when you realized which photographer you love the most, or which work you love the most?
Well, I like a lot of people's work, but there's some work that particularly influenced me
Yeah,
when I was a young photographer. That kind of freed me.
yeah, yeah,
The work, and I'll give you a couple of names, but I'm not the only one who thinks a lot of these people.
yeah,
Uh, Cartier-Bresson, Robert Frank, um,
yeah,
Elliot Erwitt, Diane Arbus, um, Lee
Lee
Friedlander.
Friedland, yeah,
Those are people. I mean, when they were all older than me, and some quite older than me, quite a bit older than me, and um, I didn't know anything about photography, and I thought that, in photography you're supposed to show things, and they by looking at their pictures, I realized that you don't have to show things. I mean,
Yeah,
you can show things, but they don't have to be the things that you're supposed to show. They can be things that that could be one thing, could be another thing, and that come out of your own feelings.
yeah,
And that's that when I realized that, then I realized that I could do what I wanted to do.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that I wanted to take the same pictures as those people.
yeah,
Sometimes, I'd like to steal one or two from them and put them in my little black box. But I have my own work. But the way of uh, seeing reality and putting reality in its place, I
yeah,
think was very useful, and it's something that I got from people like them.
yeah. I have a question again. We answered some questions we answered before because people are writing the same questions. So probably I say replay the live when we're finished. I said somebody asked the French agency you've been before Magnum. It was the Viva agency,
Yes.
which I realized, and I made it in the introduction. So probably some questions we already answered in the beginning. So if you like, replay the live again, which is definitely amazing. So you will know a lot of stories behind this. Again, a question: what do you think? How is this going to be developed with the AI in the future? Will it distract our work, or will it be something like yeah,
What, AI?
yeah,
Didn't I talk about
yeah?
that?
We talked about that, but somebody asked, what do you think? Do you think that it will change our work completely in the past, or
Well, part of it depends
yeah,
on how the world and photographers react. If we can organize things in such a way that um, people that anyone who publishes pictures is obliged to reveal whether their work is AI or not,
yeah,
uh, which is possible. But governments could do that. I hope they
yeah,
will. Then we can still hold on to the notion of truth and a relationship to reality, and not everything being totally imaginary and created out of nothing. Then maybe there's some hope, but
yeah,
there's going to be so much financial pressure to use AI to companies doing making advertising up out of nothing. Well, if it's for advertising, what's the difference? Because advertising is already lies
yeah,
basically. But if it's for trying to show the world, it's not really a good way to do it. It's not
yeah.
really show
I
the world
think
when you're not showing anything. You're just creating it, inventing
yeah,
it.
we have to take care a little bit, I guess, in future, just to be honest and just to not to cheat and things like that. Probably this is the best approach for the reality, as you talked about, to keep the reality with in another point anyway changed on our photos because it's reality, but it's again reality through the eyes of the photographer in a situation.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
even though I keep on saying that you can interpret it the way you want and so on.
yeah,
These are real people doing real things.
yes,
I didn't tell them what to do, and I didn't take them out of a box, a digital box, and stick them in, and then take other people out and
yeah,
so on. It was all there when I pressed on the button. It's just that the meaning can be ambiguous. I hope it is, but if there weren't the anchor of reality behind the this image that could be interpreted in different ways, the whole bottom would fall out.
yeah,
Nothing would work anymore
nothing.
from visually.
I have a last question actually because I have a question here. Um, of the, I don't know if you can answer from the modern photographers, our times, actually modern, like younger generation. Do you have some favorite ones? Do you like probably some special photographers uh, which are upcoming now, which you will say, okay, or which style do you like, prefer? Also, probably because people are interested of Magnum, what the choices of photographers you take. Is there someone or some photography? You don't have to name the names because I know all this is always tricky. But do you have some specific style you think, okay, this is gonna be something which is really interesting for us in future, the contemporary photography?
Well, I see an awful lot of things that don't interest me at all,
Yeah,
which seem to interest a whole lot of other people. So
yeah,
but what's the difference? I like what I
yeah.
do. I want to continue to do it. If other people do want to, and then every once in a while, or even often, I see things done by other people that are very different from what I
Hmm.
do, and actually, I think, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So I won't get into specifics, but I mean, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff being done, and there's a lot of maybe less interesting stuff
yeah.
being done.
This was amazing answer. I guess the best answer we can give to this. Yeah.
Kind of vague, I must admit.
No, no, it's amazing. Wait, Richard, I wanted to say first of all a big thank you to you for being with us. Really, for your amazing work, for your all the things you give to us photographers, all your inspiration, all your honesty, all your humor. One, this is actually my favorite image, one of my favorite image, I have to say. It's in Paris. It's the magician loses his head. Actually, it's very cinematic, I have to say, like from the old movies. And really, just wish you the best. I hope you can meet one day, which would be amazing, and give us more of your work. We are burning for your photography and
Well,
for
I'm
your stories.
I'm still working, so I'll have new
Yes,
stuff at some point.
please never stop, Richard. Really, because it's incredible to read your stories, to see your images, to get inspired, and to learn, to improve, and to go out like you every day, thinking Richard is going too, so today I go. So always, we always have, yeah,
Go forward and reproduce the world.
produce, yeah, and never give up. Actually, yeah. Richard, a deep thank you to you, and stay healthy, and we see us. I
Okay, thank
feel
you.
it. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you.
talk. Okay,
Thank you.
bye bye.
Bye.